What's happening, everybody? I'm Batwolf and welcome to my channel. It is the month of December and James Gunn gave us the gift of a trailer for his new film, Superman, which is going to be one of the first movies of the new DC universe. This video is to give you my predictions as to what this movie could look like, what is going to be the voice of the film, and generally whether the film is going to be good or not. If you're expecting this video to be a huge comparison between David Cornswit and Henry Cavill, there's enough fighting between the fandoms at the moment. It's strictly going to be analysis of this Superman and the movie that he's in. That said, let us begin. So first off, I want to talk about the man himself, Superman. Played by David Cornswit, he's a relatively unknown actor, but he has been acting for quite a few years now, in such films as Pearl, We Own This City, and Twisters. However, I believe that this is going to be the film to really jumpstart his career. Way before this movie was ever announced, David Cornswit was my first choice to play Superman. And that was strictly from the fact that, well, other than the fact that he looks like Superman, seriously, the guy is 6'5", he looks like the comic accurate Superman that we know today. And more importantly, he seems to have good character on and off set, saying that he's kind and charming, and that's something that I think we all want to see in our Superman. Now, enough about the actor, let's talk about the suit. The suit has been in large debate for a while. I happen to think that it looks really cool. I like that it looks like something that's hanging up in his closet. Rather than it be looking like this skin tight, spandex type of thing, it looks more like a uniform, something that you put on when you're doing a job. Hence, this looks like a job for Superman. I do agree with what I've seen fans say about it being just a little tighter to show off his muscles. I mean, he put on a lot of mass and he seemed to work hard for the role. I just wish that we can see his build a little bit more. Unfortunately, the suit makes him look a little on the skinny side. And I have to say, while his Superman might be called into question right now, you cannot deny that his Clark Kent is amazing. The way that he bumbles through the streets, the kindness in his eyes, he really shows off that gentle but clumsy figure while he's towering over all of the people. I believe this Superman will be shown as a great powerhouse, but specifically will be taken straight out of the comics, more taken from the Silver Age of comic books, which some say is some of his best comic book appearances. That being said, I have full faith that David Cornswit is going to give us a very good Superman, if not the best Superman that we've ever seen.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn.
The director of this film is, of course, James Gunn. And while he's been catching a lot of heat for what he has planned for the DC universe, I believe he's one of the best choices to be a director for this movie. I mean, James Gunn has proven to be a spectacular director and screenwriter. Take into consideration that he's very good at taking characters from the C-list of comic books and turning them into three-dimensional people with flaws and great qualities. Now imagine what he could do with Superman. And for those of you who might be worried that we're going to be getting exactly what the fans are asking for and it's going to be boring, take into consideration that he understands the power level and the power set of Superman by doing films like Brightburn. Now, he has said that this is going to be more of an uplifting and inspiring film, which is great because we are talking about Superman here. I, like most people, were really nervous that this is going to be primarily a joking kind of movie where they're going to make fun of Superman the entire time. However, it's clear that they're taking this very seriously. I mean, look at the way that they pick their cast. Everyone that they've chosen is picture perfect and I believe has the essence of what these characters are from the comic books and primarily the animated series. The amount of talent and look that they have for these roles really has high expectations for a lot of us, especially for Nicholas Holt's interpretation of Lex Luthor. And I think aside from the Superman, this could also be the Lex Luthor fans have been waiting to see. Now, I'm not going to lie, the trailer isn't perfect. There are some shots that are a little too gray for me, and I definitely think that this could have had a little bit more time in the editing room. But you can't deny that these shots don't look excellent when you're seeing things like him saving people, and more importantly, the relationships that he has. I believe that's exactly what this movie is going to be about. Superman's connection, his relationships. Now, generally, people need to come to the consensus that his weakness, aside from kryptonite and magic, a much more real one on a day-to-day basis for Superman, is life, especially human life. I believe this film is going to be focusing on his relationship with humanity, with his parents, with his love, even the superhero community and the government. He's probably gonna have to go through a whole process of everybody telling him exactly what kind of Superman he's supposed to be. And all of these struggles and all of these ideologies are gonna hang heavy on his shoulders. Because at the end of the day, he might be a god, but he was just raised as Clark Kent. In his heart, he's just a kid from Kansas. Whether this film is going to be good or bad to me is a very simple answer. I think this film is going to be one of two things. I think it's either going to be good or I think it's going to be excellent. I sincerely doubt that it's going to be bad. Now, before we end off, I just wanted to say something real quick to the fans. Now, I can't deny, Superman gives me hope. He's not my favorite character. That's always going to be Batman, Spider-Man. But I have so much love and respect for Superman. So I ask you this. When did it become so alien to just help out your neighbors? When did it become so alien to help an old woman cross the street or to save a cat from a tree? Yes, Superman can lift the meteor. Yes, Superman can fight gods and become this embodiment of the possible destruction of humanity. But we have enough characters that can dive into the darkness. Superman is the character that puts on our greatest fears right onto his shoulders because we're confident that he could hold it. I think that's going to be this film. With that said, this is Batwolf, howling out.